Have you ever wondered how bees make honey, that sweet, golden liquid we so enjoy in our teas and on our toast? It's a question that might have buzzed around your mind from time to time, and today we're here to answer it. Bees, those industrious little creatures, hold a fascinating place in our world, and not just because they're the producers of that sticky sweet delight we call honey. As nature's most diligent pollinators, they play a crucial role in preserving biodiversity and maintaining the health of our ecosystems. But they are also intriguing in their own right, with a complex social structure that rivals the most sophisticated human societies. In the world of bees, there's a clear division of labour. The queen bee, the mother of all, is the heart of the hive. Worker bees, the females, are the backbone, performing a multitude of tasks, from cleaning the hive to collecting nectar and pollen. And then there are the drones, the males, whose primary role is to mate with the queen. But let's turn our attention to that golden elixir of sweetness, honey. How exactly does it come into being? Well, it's a process that involves the collective effort of the entire hive. A process that begins with the worker bees embarking on a quest to collect nectar from flowers far and wide. And it's not just about the nectar, it's about the transformation of that nectar through a series of steps into honey. Yes, honey production is a marvel of nature, a testament to the bees' remarkable teamwork and their extraordinary biological capabilities. It's a process that's as intricate and finely tuned as the workings of a Swiss watch, and yet it takes place every day in hives all across the globe. Now let's delve deeper into the world of bees and uncover the sweet mystery of honey production. Prepare yourself for a journey into the heart of the hive, where we will witness the wonder of nature in action and understand how these tiny creatures create something so delightful, so precious, and so incredibly sweet. It all starts with a field of flowers, a buzzing bee, and a sunny day. A picture-perfect scene, isn't it? But what's really happening here is a marvel of nature that's as fascinating as it is essential. Our buzzing friend, the worker bee, is on a mission. She's out foraging, flitting from flower to flower in search of sweet nectar. She uses her long, tube-shaped tongue, known as a proboscis, like a straw to draw up the nectar. It's a delicate process, but one the worker bee is perfectly equipped for. Once she's collected the nectar, it's stored in a special part of her body known as the crop, or honey stomach. This is an extra stomach just for nectar, separate from her digestive stomach, and it can hold almost her own weight in nectar. But something else happens during this nectar collection. As she visits each flower, pollen sticks to her furry body. When she moves to the next flower, some of this pollen rubs off. This is pollination, and it's how flowers reproduce. Without it, we wouldn't have the wide variety of plants we enjoy today. In fact, bees are some of the most important pollinators on the planet. It's estimated that 1 out of every 3 bites of food we eat depends on pollinators like bees. So they're not just making honey, they're keeping our entire food system running. And all this from a creature smaller than a paperclip. It's truly a testament to the wonders of nature and the intricate balance that keeps our world turning. But the nectar's journey doesn't end in the field. No, it's just getting started. Once her honey stomach is full, the worker bee will fly back to the hive. There, the nectar will be transformed into something we all know and love, honey. The journey of the nectar has only just begun. Let's follow it back to the hive. Once the worker bee returns to the hive, it's time for the real magic to happen. The bee, laden with nectar, makes its way to the honeycomb. Here, it encounters a house bee, a fellow worker who spends its time inside the hive. The worker bee regurgitates the nectar, passing it into the mouth of the house bee. This may sound a bit unappetizing, but for bees, it's just another day at the office. Now, this is where the transformation begins. The house bee has a special organ known as a crop, which is like a storage tank for the nectar. This crop contains enzymes that start to break down the complex sugars in the nectar into simpler ones, specifically glucose and fructose. It's a bit like turning a complex puzzle into just 2 pieces. Much easier to handle, wouldn't you say? This process of breaking down the sugars is also called inversion, and it's crucial for the creation of honey. You see, simple sugars are less prone to crystallization. They are also more easily digestible by the bees, making honey the perfect food source for them. But it's not just about breaking down sugars. The enzymes also reduce the pH of the nectar, making it more acidic. This acidity, combined with the low moisture content of honey, makes it a harsh environment for bacteria and other microorganisms. That's why honey can last for centuries without spoiling. After the nectar has been inverted, the house bee regurgitates it back into the honeycomb. But don't go reaching for your honey dipper just yet. This is still a very raw version of honey. It's far too watery to be spread on your morning toast. The nectar, now transformed into a raw version of honey, is not yet ready for our breakfast table. There's still work to be done. But the bees are up to the task, as they have been for millions of years. So let's follow them to the next step of this sweet journey. Ever wondered why honey doesn't spoil? The secret lies in its low moisture content. Now, we are at the fourth stage of honey production, a crucial step that distinguishes honey from other sweet substances. It's the drying process. This phase is all about reducing the moisture content of the honey. It's a fascinating procedure that showcases the meticulous nature of our buzzing friends, the bees. In a typical honeycomb, the nectar starts off with a high moisture content, sometimes as much as 70%. But honey, as we know it, has a moisture content of less than 20%. So, how do the bees achieve this significant reduction? Well, they employ a method that is simple yet incredibly effective. They fan their wings over the honeycomb. Yes, you heard that right. The bees use their wings not just for flying from flower to flower, but also to speed up the evaporation process. Imagine a sea of bees all rhythmically fanning their wings over the honeycomb. This creates a draft, a gentle breeze that sweeps across the honeycomb surface. It's a natural dehumidifier, if you will. This breeze speeds up the evaporation process, reducing the moisture content of the nectar within the comb. And it's not just about making honey. There's a critical reason why bees go to such lengths to dry out their nectar. By reducing the moisture content, they make the honeycomb an inhospitable environment for bacteria and other organisms. This is why honey doesn't spoil, why it can remain edible for thousands of years if stored correctly. It's a testament to the genius of these small creatures, how they've evolved to use their wings in such a unique way. They ensure the longevity of their food supply, and in turn they gift us with the sweet golden delight we know as honey. Now, the final step in the process is for the bees to seal their liquid gold. The bees' hard work is almost done, and the honey is almost ready for harvest. This is the moment when the bees' tireless efforts culminate into a sweet, golden reward. But before it's ready for us to enjoy, there's one final step the bees must take. Having transformed nectar into honey and then dried it to the perfect consistency, the bees now move to preserve their hard-won prize. They do this by sealing the honeycomb cells with a layer of wax, a process known as capping. This acts as a natural preservative, keeping the honey fresh for when the bees need it. It's a testament to the bees' incredible attention to detail and foresight, ensuring their hard work doesn't go to waste. But how do we as humans get to enjoy this honey? That's where beekeepers step in. Beekeepers have a crucial role in the honey-making process. They work in harmony with the bees, ensuring that the harvesting of honey doesn't harm the bees or damage the hive. The beekeeper will gently remove the frames from the hive, taking care not to disturb the bees too much. Using a special tool, they'll then uncap the honeycomb, removing the wax seal the bees have painstakingly created. Once the honeycombs are uncapped, they're placed into a machine known as a honey extractor. This spins the frames around, using centrifugal force to draw the honey out of the honeycomb cells. The honey is then strained to remove any remaining wax and other impurities, and what's left is pure, raw honey. It's a labor of love, not just for the bees, but also for the beekeepers, who respect and appreciate the bees' incredible efforts. And there you have it. From flower to hive to table, the process of honey production is a testament to the incredible industriousness of bees. It's a journey of dedication, resilience, and teamwork, resulting in a product that's not just delicious, but also a testament to the remarkable world of bees. So, the next time you drizzle honey onto your toast, or stir it into your tea, take a moment to appreciate the extraordinary journey it's been on. So, besides providing us with honey, why should we care about bees? Well, bees are far more than just honey producers. They are tireless workers, crucial to the cycle of life. They play a pivotal role in pollination, a process that plants rely on for reproduction. This means that without bees, our gardens, forests and farms would look vastly different. But these hard-working insects are facing threats on multiple fronts, from habitat loss and climate change to exposure to harmful pesticides. The decline of bees can lead to drastic consequences, affecting not just our food supply, but overall biodiversity. It's a chain reaction that we cannot afford to ignore. So while we marvel at the intricate process of honey production, from nectar collection to the final sweet product, let's not forget the bigger picture. Bees are integral to our ecosystem. Next time you enjoy a spoonful of honey, remember the amazing journey it has taken and the tireless workers that made it all possible.